Hello everyone, my name is Paige Blessman and this is Let's Get Posy. I created Let's Get Posy to talk about wellness, positivity, and the man upstairs, God. And just talk about how good he is, because just as I've grown up, God has been showing up in my life, and I just feel like I want to share just the small, big moments that he shows up for me. And so we're going to call them Posy Praise moments. And so I'm happy to use this platform to share my Posy praise and hopefully encourage others to not only talk about how good God is, but to really recognize the small moments where he shows up big time. And so I want to share the story. Here we go. So where do I start? So I had my first lease. Let's just start there. I don't know anything about cars. So I was like, well, if I get a brand new car, I should be good because it's brand new. So I've had my Wrangler for about a year and a half now. And so I've done my routinely oil changes and stuff. And so I actually have a 4xe. So it's a hybrid. And this is the first hybrid for Jeep Wranglers. So, you know, as we know, with the first of products, of models, there could be some hiccups, you know. So, yes, there was a hiccup earlier this year that I had been going to get my oil changes, get my recalls checked in, all of that. I've never had a car issue until this Sunday. So Sunday, I'm driving to my dad's. It's about 40 minutes away. I make it halfway and my car just like goes red. It starts beeping. It's like engine is hot. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I pull over and I'm on 8 Mile. I'm by myself. So I'm a little, you know, just I'm about 8 Mile by the mall, about Northland Mall. So just, it doesn't matter. I'm stranded against the road anywhere by myself. I'm scared. This is supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be on the way to my dad's. So I pull over, I call my brother. I'm like, basically, I ain't gonna make it. My car stopping. I don't even know what to do, but I'm gonna just try and make it home. And the crazy thing was I had an oil change schedule on Monday. So I'm like, you couldn't just wait until tomorrow to get this going? And then I will say I did wait a little longer to get my oil changed, I ain't gonna lie. But either way, that wasn't the problem. So I take it, hold on, pause. So my car is starting and stopping. I have to stop 3 times on my way home. And it took me about like 3 hours to get home because I kept on stopping, waiting some minutes, and it was either too hot or just whatever. So I stopped like 3 times. Finally made it home. And then my dad comes and he, you know, looks at it. We look at my coolant, we look at all of that, and everything was there. So we were like, take it to the shop tomorrow. We'll see what happens. So Monday comes, I'm praying to God, like, you know, let me just, please just make it. Let me just make it to the dealership. Please, God. Like, I'm just like, that's all I can think about. I can't even like sleep because I'm thinking about hopefully I'm gonna make it. And like, it was just a rough Sunday night. And then I also had priorities Monday that I was hoping that I could still get to, but I could not. And so I felt bad and I had to call them and tell them that I wasn't gonna be able to make it. And yeah, I was just all over the place. So Monday, right, that morning I go take it to the oil change to get an oil change. And I'm like, also my engine light came on. It said it was overheating. I don't know what's going on, but you guys are just gonna have to look at everything and then just tell me what's up. And so they did. And so it turns out that my car, right, Jeeps did put out a recall for a certain part, and the dealership that I took it to earlier this year said that they took care of it, and they did not. So can you believe that I have been driving on a faulty car part for at least, I gotta look back at the paperwork still, because I don't know which dealership that I took it to, but it's been at least 5 months I've been driving on a faulty car part. Now, mind you, not just five, like a lot can happen in 5 months. I mean, I've been driving. I went to Grand Rapids. I went to the sunflower fields. Your girl be out and about, okay? And my car could have went out at any other time. Like, luckily I was just going to my dad's and I was just driving down the lodge. When I feel like I can drive the lodge with my eyes closed. Not literally, but you get what I mean. Like, I drive the lodge all the time. And so, luckily it was in a familiar place. But, oh, this was what I also, there are 2 parts to this story. So not only had God been protecting me for at least 5 months in my car, not only that, when I was driving to the dealership, even though I had prayed to God, I did. I was like, can we just make Blueberry get to the dealership? It's only 8 miles away. I said, 8 miles. 8 is my favorite number. August. Like, I was just like, it's perfect. It's going to work out. Everything, you're going to make it. 2 miles away, my car is like, it's hot. So I pull over. I'm somewhere in the city, again, by myself. And I'm just like, what do I do? So I pull out my phone and I look at find my friends, and I think about whether my sister or my cousin, somebody. And I actually do see that my cousin is at home. So I call him and I'm like, I need y'all help, in short words. And so end of the day, he came and looked at my car and also said the same thing, like, right, you got coolant, you got this, like, I don't know what's going on. And I was like, well, can you follow me to the dealership? He said, yeah, for sure. So he follows me there. And I just, like, that was God too, that I, thought about, to not just about thinking about who could help me, but the fact that, like, my cousin Bryan was off work that day. He happened to just be at home. And then the other thing was just thinking about how, like, people were here to help each other. And my cousin was there for me. And I just think about how, like, sometimes we don't call for help because we feel like we're going to be a burden for someone. Because, I was like, oh, it was like 9-10 in the morning on a Monday. I'm like, this is prime work hours. But I was like, Bryan, I need you. And he said, say less, I'm pulling up. And so that's just a reminder for me to call when you need help, and that God will most likely not answer your prayers how you want. Because I was like, please let me make it, and I didn't make it, but he made sure either way that I did. And it wasn't just that. Like, I feel like even from that, because I will say I'm usually a person that's just like, I will figure it out. I'm going to figure it out on my own. Like, I can do it. Nobody can do it like me, or make the results just look how I want it to look or whatever. Like, I'm just I got it, don't worry about it. But in that moment, I needed help. And so it just reminded me that we're here to help each other. And so I just want to pass that story on to others, to call for help. You're not a burden. Stay in prayer with God. He may not answer how you want, but he will answer. Because also with that, like, because I can do it on my own. I called Bryan, and Bryan was there for me. And it just also just, not that we not cool, but I just feel like that's a memory that can bring us closer together now. And so I think he used that moment to just bless our relationship even more. So just like I said, it's the little but big things. Like, And I just really thank him for watching me driving any and everywhere, because I love to drive my Wrangler, okay? But just like, because just thinking about the past 5 months and how I would even like question, sometimes I'm like, God, can you hear me? You know? Not knowing that he had literally been watching me and taking care of me in this other aspect. Like, he like, you praying about X, Y, and Z. Little do you know, over here, I'm watching you. I'm protecting you. That's what I mean. God was watching me. He had been taking care of me this whole time. I was driving on a faulty car part. I had no idea. So that just makes me think of, you know, the other faulty things that could be around me and I have no idea. But God is watching me and making sure that I'm okay. And so it's also the other thing that I wanted to bring up was that I was so stressed about how was I gonna, you know, hopefully make it to the dealership. I couldn't sleep. I wasted my time not being able to sleep, because what was going to happen regardless. And so I need to work on not worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own worries, and yesterday is gone. So just have now. And I bet if I could just stay in the now all the time, what a wonderful world I would live in every day. Not that my world isn't wonderful every day, but you know, sometimes it's hard up here. And I know now too that it is going to be a daily fight. I don't think there is possible to just be positive and happy 24/7. It's actually written in the Bible that, you know, life is up and down on purpose, because the whole point is to just rely on the Lord, that he will take care of us. That's really the whole point. And I just love that. And I just wanted to share that with my Posey peeps. So until the next Posey Praise moment, peace out.